Hey y'all, Happy New Year. I don't even know what to say right now. I don't even know what to say. I maybe should have set up my tripod and all that, but I didn't feel that invested in this video. Happy New Year. I haven't posted on here in ages. I got a new job and let's just say that given I've seen that some people have gotten fired for certain things I post on TikTok, I figured that for the first little bit at this new place, let me just lay low and do my best to stay on everybody's good side, not give anybody any ammo to yeet me from the position. But so far, so good. I don't know. I wasn't planning to come on TikTok and say anything, but now I feel like I am. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, like, the TikTok ban feels like when Trump first got elected. Like the night Trump first got elected, the one when he was facing Hillary. I laughed. I was laughing the whole night. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was funny. I was like, there's no way Donald Trump is gonna win this election. He's a joke. And I quickly had to eat my words when I realized, oh my god, people voted for him. He's actually winning this. And I truly did not think the TikTok ban was gonna go through. Now, mind you, I do think the TikTok ban is a bit of a social experiment, kind of like how the COVID lockdowns were a bit of a social experiment. Not to say that COVID wasn't serious, and I'm not trying to say that, but I am saying that I do feel that some of the extension of power by the states and by the provinces, I'm in Canada, by the provinces, I do think that that was like a show of force to show that, hey, if we want to, we can lock you in your houses. We can make you not able to enter grocery stores and restaurants without proving that you put the vaccine in. And, it was just very draconian instead of trying to find ways to encourage people and educate people and get people to think that the things that you want them to do are their idea. It's looking so dark over here. I should turn on a lamp. Hold on. Oh, is this not plugged in? Oh, it's this way. That's a little brighter, I think. Yeah, so instead of kind of trying to control people and make people think, oh, whatever change, this is my idea, they'd rather do a very heavy-handed approach. And to me, if there's truly a free market out there and a free market of ideas, I don't understand why there couldn't just be an alternative app that was created to compete with TikTok. Or, we all know that Instagram ripped off a huge amount of content from Snapchat back in the day. Why can't they do that again with TikTok and try to replicate what they see on TikTok instead of lobbying the government to get it shut down in one of the biggest markets? And I know people are going to be like, oh, you're Canadian, why do you care? The majority of the people I follow on here are Americans. The majority of the content I consume is American content. Like, even from when I was young, Canada doesn't really have a very strong film industry, television industry, radio industry. We get most of our content from America, with very few exceptions like the CBC and Radio Canada in Quebec. But most of our content is from America. And so it's ridiculous to shut down content from America because now you're making it. I mean, obviously, I can find other people to follow. I can connect with other people. But now I'm hearing rumblings on TikTok where people are saying Pierre Poilievre, the conservative leader right now who's projected to win the Canadian election, I believe, next year. Now they're saying that he is planning to ban TikTok in Canada. And it's like, it's very frustrating for me because I love social media. From the beginning, I was on TikTok. Sorry, not TikTok. Not TikTok. I was not on from the beginning because it sucked up so much of my time at the beginning. But I was on Facebook. Well, Facebook. God, that's such a long story. I was on YouTube from the beginning. Twitter, I was on and off it from the beginning because people were really wilding out on the app, even at the beginning. Like Jada Pose challenges and all that nonsense. Pinterest, I dabbled in. I loved Tumblr when it first came out. It was a really great website. Facebook, my family decided to ban me from Facebook for like the first 2 years it was out. But I eventually got on it and I eventually really enjoyed myself. Snapchat, I was on from the beginning. LinkedIn I was on from the beginning. MySpace, I missed out on that era because my family was very strict and they didn't really like me on social media. So, some things I got on, like once the first wave of social apps, like post like MySpace and Vine and stuff like that, that's when I started to really, get on all the social apps. Periscope, I was there for that. The different apps that came and went. And to me, I feel like, how are you a country, the United States, I mean, how are you a country that says you're here for free speech? How are you a country that believes in the free market when you are interfering with what other countries' products can do locally? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, I can understand that there's a privacy and safety concern, but let's be real. You can read the book Surveillance Capitalism. It talks a lot about what Google and Facebook does to take away our privacy. Like Facebook, you can look it up. Facebook has literally given records to police without warrants about people who have gotten abortions and chose to talk about it in Facebook messages. I just saw a TikTok today where if you can look through my reposts, I repost like pretty much everything I watch. I just saw a repost today where they said that Facebook Messenger is probably the worst app for privacy because if you use it, if it's on your device and you connect to a Wi-Fi network, it literally maps everything that's happening on that Wi-Fi network. Who's on it, who's connected, what phone they have, what iOS update they have. Like, they gather everything, all the intel, right? And while I can say that I can understand that there's a potential security concern for an app that, while the CEO is Singaporean, we do have to acknowledge that I believe ByteDance is in China. And at any time, the government could come and say, give me all that data. That is a possibility. But, like, let's be real here. All the American data apps have the same potential to do that. All governments have the same potential to turn against their citizens and start getting draconian with them. And it's like ever since the pandemic until now, it's like my eyes have been opened that freedom is not free. Freedom is an illusion. And I think more and more about the Matrix. We're living in a little fantasy world where we're given a little modicum of freedom, but we're not really free. We're not. And every time America seizes, Canada catches a cold. So whatever America is doing, Canada will be likely to start it again soon. I know that this is all a weird show for Trump because Trump is the one who started the ban idea, talks about the ban in the first place. And now you have the messages on TikTok. I don't have them screenshotted right now, but if you go on Twitter, you can see them, where at first it was saying, oh, this is banned and it's not going to be available in your country. And then the next one is like, oh, well, we're so thankful that Trump is going to work with us and going to help us to fix this. And it's like, Trump is the one who started this problem in the first place. Like, hello, does the elevator go to the top? Knock, knock, anybody home, And then he's going to look like the hero when he's the one who created the problem to solve in the first place, And I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. Maybe the alien robot overlord will buy the app. Maybe the Boer will. We don't know. But the only way they're really going to be able to survive in this economy is to be purchased by an American company. And I don't love that, because I do believe we need a little bit of freedom of choice, and we shouldn't have to always default to American content and American apps if we don't want to, which is why I understand why people are running to Rednote. And I keep downloading the app and deleting the app because I'm like, do I want to get further entrenched in Chinese propaganda and Chinese media and Chinese apps? I don't know. That's as much as China can't do anything to me over here, I still don't trust them as a country. They do pose an existential threat to the West if they ever choose to act on it. I mean, not the people, of course. I'm talking about literally the government. But that said, I don't like how heavy-handed this social media takedown was. And I don't think that we should be rewarding American companies by continuing to patron them. I already don't use Facebook products. I still use X, but and YouTube, but I like the people, not necessarily the owners. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Anyway, that's all. Bye.